going to be continuing my discussion, my grammatical discussion of Hammurabi's Epilogue. If anyone is interested in following, or if you have been following, we put 10 parts up, or 10 lessons up, whatever you want to call them, starting with the very beginning. And now we're continuing. You would be able to review the others that have been put up if you would have an interest. And also you can find on basically Google Books my work on the Akkadian grammar. The title is A Short Inductive Akkadian Grammar based on the Epilogue of Hammurapi's Code, with biblical parallels to the Hebrew Scriptures and with New Testament application to Christ, is the title of it. If you would like to follow along, looking at the transliteration and the normalization, the Borger basically has the transliteration. The normalization is my own, and the grammar is my own work. And so if you would like to follow along, looking at the transliteration or the normalization, that would be great. We pick up in column 49, and what I would like to do is bring us up to where we were on lesson 10. We had looked at the statement of Hammurabi, who said, if a man gives attention to my words, which I wrote on my stela, and he had respect for it, and he did not dismiss my words, and he did not destroy it, nor my statutes he did not change. As for that man, as myself, the king of righteousness may shamish, cause to belong his scepter, and may he shepherd his people in justice. And I believe that's where we stopped last time. From this point on, he's going to, can I say, talk about the curses that would come upon a king that would succeed him, who would try to change what Hammurabi had written. And so from this point on, it's going to be warning any king not to change what he has inscribed, or the curses of the gods would come upon them. We are now picking up in line 18, and it reads as follows. Shuma awilam, shuana witiya, sha inanare ashturu la ekulma, eretiya emeshma eret eli la idurma. Din adinu huptasis awatiya ushtapel. So as we look at those lines, we would read, if a man, basically that man to my words, which is in my stela that I wrote, respected, and my law he did not dismiss, and so forth, may his reign continue. Then, picking up on the passage that we just read, if that man to my words, which is on my stela, which I wrote, did not heed, then Hammurabi says, my curses he did not despise, and the curse of the gods he did not fear. The law that I established he has abolished. My words he has destroyed. My statutes he has changed. My inscribed name he has effaced, and so forth. Then he goes on to talk about the curses that the gods would bring. So we'll pick up in line 18, where he's giving this warning, more introductory to the curses that he will speak about, that Hammurabi will refer to. So it begins in line 18. Shuma awilam shu ana awitiya. We would translate that if that man. Notice awilum, is your nominative singular for man with the ending. Remember, is nominative singular, where like would be accusative singular in Akkadian. So if that man, and shu is your demonstrative pronoun, and then we continue, ana awitiya shat ina nari ashturu. To my words. Notice ana is the preposition here that takes the genitive case in awatiya. Notice awatiya is your genitive plural. Notice the long I vowel showing that we're looking at an oblique, either genitive or accusative. But here with ana, we're taking it as a genitive plural. To my words. Notice ya is your pronominal suffix, first person singular. In Hebrew, we have the same kind of pronominal suffixes that we put on a noun, for example. So Akkadian has the same. So to my words, sha, which, and remember in Hebrew, asher, and then later Hebrew, sheh. So sha is your relative pronoun, which, ina nari, on my stela. Notice ina, again, is taking the genitive case with nari, which is from narum, meaning stela. By the way, in the first transliteration, we have a capital N, a capital A dash, a capital R and U, which is actually Sumerian, but it reads in Akkadian the same, nari. So on my stela, which I wrote, notice ashturu is from the root shataru, to write. Notice the a prefix. So we're looking at a first person singular, and we have a G, which is your Grundstamm, or your basic stem, a G preterite. And notice the U preceded by the sha, so we're looking at a G preterite subjunctive from shataru, to write. So he's saying, if that man, to my words, which is on my stela, which I wrote, did not heed. La ikuma. Notice la ikuma. La is your negative particle, not, like lo in Hebrew. And ikuma is a middle weak verb in Akkadian, kalu. And it is a G preterite, third masculine singular from kalu. That's a Q with a long A and a circumflex accent over the A, L-U. So did not heed. My curses he despised. Notice eretiya imeshma. Eretiya is, notice the plural, E, the long I. So we're looking at basically here an accusative. He despised the curses of me, or my curses. So we're looking at an accusative plural if we understand this as a plural form. Otherwise, if you're I guess I'm really taking it as a plural accusative form here, oblique, with the long I, and the ya is your pronominal suffix, first person singular. So if he did not heed to what I wrote, and if he despised my curses that are on here, notice imeshma is from the root meshu, and that would be M-E with a macron over the E, and then shu. It's a G preterite, third masculine singular from meshu. So he despised, and ered Eli la idurma, and the curse of the gods he did not fear. Notice eret is the noun from erut to eretu, meaning curse. So he did not fear the curse of the gods. Notice it is in construct with Eli, and I'm understanding it as an accusative singular from the verb he did not fear object, the curse of the gods. And notice Eli is from Ilum or Ilu, meaning God, and here it's plural, Eli. And so I'm understanding it as a genitive plural. He did not fear the curse of the gods, which he's going to rain down. Hammurapi is, as we get in a little bit later, as we get into his text. Notice the durma is the G preterite, third person singular with the I prefix from adaru. So you have the beginning root with an A that has elided here, and so the G preterite has the U vowel, idurma, from adaru. So he did not fear and or but, and actually ma here, like that in Hebrew, can mean and or but. So I would translate this, but the law that I established, din adinu uptasis, the law I established, he has abolished, or he has erased. Notice din is actually a shortened form of dinum, and it's in a sort of a construct relationship with adinu, the verb. So I would understand this basically as as a excuse me, as an object of the verb huptasis. So we're looking at an accusative singular form. In other words, the law I established, he abolished, or he abolished the law, being the direct object, which understood I established. And the root here, adinu, is from dianu, and it means to give judgment. So I'm seeing it as a G preterite, first person singular, from dianu, which I established, he has abolished. So he has abolished the law, direct object, which understood I established. And again, with the U here, if we could understand a Shah understood, it would be a subjunctive with the G preterite first person singular from dianu, which I established, he has abolished. Notice we have a U prefix, and then we have a T infix, and we have the doubling of the middle radical, the S. So we're looking at a DT preterite, third person singular from pasasu, to abolish or to erase. And so notice, by the way, the D preterite is given away here by the U, the doubling of the S, and the T makes it a DT. So he himself, sort of a reflexive idea, has erased it from pasasu, P-A-S-A-S-U. So if that is the case, And he goes on, my words, Hammurabi says, he has destroyed. Notice awatiya ushtepel. Ushtepel has a sheen. Notice the U followed by the sheen and the T, which gives it away as a sheen T preterite, a third person singular from napalu. So it is like in Hebrew a peinun form, a one noon we could say in Akkadian, and napalu means to abolish. So he has caused to abolish. And the sheen T is like the hay stem in Hebrew, the hifil, the causative stem. So he has caused to destroy or abolish. And then notice as we read on, my statutes, utsuratiya utakir. My statutes he has changed. Notice utsuratiya, we have from the noun utsurtu, meaning ordinance or statute. And so again, he has changed my statutes. This again, I believe, can be understood as a plural oblique with the long I. However, looking at the accusative here as the direct object of utakir. In other words, if he has changed my statutes. And ya is your first person pronominal suffix. And again, we're looking at a plural form. Notice utsurtu becoming utsurat, showing it's a plural form here. So he has changed my statutes. Notice utakir is a DT preterite from the root nakaru, to change. So if he has changed my statutes, notice the U is giving it away here along with the doubling of the T. It's interesting. The root, by the way, is nakaru, and it means to change. And so what has happened here? We're looking at a DT preterite. We have the T, but we have two T's. So how do we account for the two T's? Well, historically, the root being nakaru, in my understanding, we have takir becoming utakir. So we have assimilation where the N, the one N, has assimilated into the infix ta. So utakir, we have the doubling of the middle radical. So again, by the way, this kind of what we would call progressive assimilation happens in Hebrew, like yitain from yintain, he will give, where the noon, the pei noon, the noon has gone into the tav. And so we have the same phenomenon here, I believe, untakir becoming utakir, where the N of the root by progressive assimilation has gone into the infix T or ta here. So if my statutes he has changed, my inscribed name he has effaced. Notice shumi is from the noun shumu, meaning name. And here the I is showing we're looking at a pronominal suffix, first person singular. So my name inscribed, or he, if understood here, if he has effaced my name, which is inscribed. So my inscribed name. And satram can be understood as an adjective from shatru, and it is an accusative with the am here. So he has effaced my inscribed name. And notice Ipshitma is from the root pashatu, which means to efface or erase. Again, notice we're looking at a simple G preterite, a third person singular from pashatu, and that ma is the conjunction and. And if he's erased my name, Hammurabi saying, and his name he has written. Notice sham shu ishtatar. Again, shu is your pronominal suffix going with the noun shumu, meaning name. So if he has effaced my name and he has written his name, the shu here is your pronominal suffix, third masculine singular, as we said, and ishtatar is from the root shatar, to write. And notice it is a GT preterite, third masculine singular from shataru. We have that I prefix showing we're looking at a third masculine singular, and the root is shataru, but that ta infix gives it away as a GT preterite. So he himself then has written his name in that GT preterite form. And then we go on. Ashum eretim shinati shaniama ushtahiz. Awilam shu lu sharum, lu belum, lu ishiakum, ulu awilutum, shashumam nabiat. I'm thinking, I don't want to make these too long. Maybe I should stop here, because he's going to go on and talk about the curses that he's going to bring upon anyone that would seek to change his laws. So let me stop here, and I hope this is helpful. We're going through the Hammurabi's Epilogue, looking at each word grammatically. One of the important things I think about working in Akkadian is that if we can learn the basic grammar inductively and then couple that with a deductive grammar, and there are many good deductive grammars, and then read a text like Hammurabi's Epilogue, I think this will help in the learning of Akkadian. And so, again, I hope this is helpful, and I'm enjoying it, sort of reviving and reviewing what I learned many years ago in my study of my PhD work in Hebrew and ancient Near Eastern languages. So thank you for listening, and I'm hoping that your Akkadian is getting better as we work through this epilogue section of Hammurapi.